Hello guys, welcome to the second episode of Smash. Well, today we're doing expanding bracket part 2. Now there are two parts to that. One will be perfect squares and the second one would be dots. No, I'll explain the other one later. Starts with how do we expand perfect squares. Now I will write the formula in here and I would assume it doesn't make too much sense to you. And I will try to explain use two examples. X minus 1 squared equal to x squared minus 2xy and plus y squared. Well, that's the only way that I can change color, which I hope I can. Here. Takes so long, isn't it? So we have bracket and a addition in the bracket and a square and a square and 2 plus a square. I know it doesn't make much sense, but let's hope I can make sense of it. And in this place, I'm going to write a x, and that is a x, and that's a x. And the other place is a y, and a y, and a y. With this example on top of here, I really hope that'll make my explanation easier. So the question that we're doing is 3a plus 2b squared. Now, hopefully we all realize the three a is pretty much the x, and 2b is pretty much a last color, pretty much a y. Now, fill in the spots, so we would have 3a squared plus 2 times by 3a times by 2b and plus 2b squared. Now, not sure if I have enough space. I'll try to squeeze in 3a squared, which means 3a times by 3a. Now, what we say last time, we have numbers and letters. Numbers, 3 times by 3 equal to 9. Letters, a times by a, which equal to a squared. Next, we have 2 times by 3a times by 2b. Numbers, 2 times by 3 times by 2, which would equal to 12. Letters, a and b. Like you don't mix apples and bananas together, we have 12ab. Now lastly, 2b squared, we have 2b times by 2b. Numbers, 2 times by 2, which equal to 4, b times by b, which equal to b squared. So the final answer would equal to 9a squared plus 12ab plus 4b squared. That's my example number 1. Now, I'm going to take my time in silence doing this whole thing again. I know it take a lot of time, but bear with me just because it's long and hope it's important. Bracket something take away something squared equal to something squared take away 2 and then plus something squared. We have n x and we have and y and y and y. Now the example that we're doing here is, let's say 4a take away, let's do 5b squared. Now again, we decide what is a x and what is a y. So that will be a x, and that, can't we bother changing color, will be a y. So start with bracket the x squared minus 2 times by the first one times by the second one plus the second one squared. So the answer, again, 4a times by 4a, which equal to number 4 times by 4 equal to 16, a times by a equal to a squared, minus 2 times by 4a times by 5b, numbers 2 times by 4 which equal to 8, 8 times by 5 which equal to 40, minus 40, apples and bananas right next to each other, and 5b times by 5b which equal to 25b squared. So the answer, 16a squared minus 40ab plus 25b squared. Okay, expanding difference of two squares. Again, we have a formula, x plus y times by x minus y equal to x squared minus y squared. Well, arguably this one looks simpler, so let's see if I can make sense of it, starting with a relatively basic one, a plus 2 times by a minus 2. So we end up with something squared take away something squared. All that we need to know is what is that something, in this case would be a squared, and what is the other thing, in this case would be 2 squared. So a squared minus 2 squared, which is 4. Now the one last example of this video, let's do 3x plus 2y times by 3x minus 2y. So the hint is when you see two identical terms, one plus the other, one minus the other in both brackets, so we know we end up with something squared take away something squared. So the first something will be the first term, 3x. The second something would be the second term, 2y. So 3x times by 3x, which will equal to, number first, 9, x times by x, x squared. Take away 2y times by 2y, number first, 4, y times by y, y squared. And that is it for the explanation of difference of two squares. Smash! Do you know AlphaGo has defeated more than 60 masters in the game Go? Plus Ultra. See you next time.